Lumia is just too cute! But she does have a bad habit of swallowing any shiny thing she lays her eyes on. So keep your valuables well away or you might never see them again. You want to see my archive? Of course! I'm always happy to show off my masterpiece. I even did the illustrations. Of swallowing any shiny thing she lays her eyes on. So keep your valuables well away or you might never see them again. If you ask me what's the one place you should visit in Nasha Town, obviously I'm gonna say Speranza. You know I'm biased, but seriously, you should give it a try. Katya's cooking will not disappoint you. is just too cute! But she does have a bad habit of swallowing any shiny thing she lays her eyes on. So, keep your valuables well away, or you might never see them again. You want to see my archive? Of course! I'm always happy to show off my masterpiece. I even did the illustrations.
Oh, Shucky Ducky, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Have a great day today. It's... What day is it today? It's Monday, the 13th of April, 2026. Hey. A little color correction on the stream. Hopefully it'll look a little better. I think it's actually taking effect nicely. Because I'm streaming on HDR and all that jazz. I wanted to try and make it look more, well, not just richer, but also more accurate. Although I will say my camera is looking a little bit dark. Let's have a look and see if that made a difference.
You want to see my archive? Of course. I'm always happy to show off my masterpiece. I even did the illustrations.
Okay, cool. That'll do. Alright. There we go. Man, today has been a bit of a long day. It just suddenly got really cold. And this week is just going to be really cold, so I've got a bit of a cold myself. Not a fan of when the frigid winds just show up out of nowhere. It just really messes with me on a fundamental way, but we basically have to live with it, huh? We basically have to live with it. Alright, so we're just going to continue and finish off the LINNEA story quest. We're gonna do some farming first. We'll do some farming first. We'll finish off the LINNEA story quest. And that'll be it. really, for the time being. I've really been just binging so much One Piece. I'm now up to... I've just gone past Impel Down, so I'm up to Marineford.
With the marrow of the 3 moons in my hand, behold the
And yeah, what the hell? Marineford is definitely a bit of a nail biter right now. It's really setting up all of the big powers. At least at that stage of the game. That stage of the anime, anyway.
Your life is mine. Give up.
That was tricky.
Don't waste my time. Submit.
excellent. You barely managed to touch my level.
Whoa!
Did you honestly think that?
Ah!
Pathetic. So you'd rather wallow in this rotten...
That was slow, that was decrepit, that was that was not a good run. I don't know what the hell was going on there. I'm just trying to play some Ino. I've noticed that running Ino and a DPS build on LINNEA versus running Serenade LINNEA, Medic Serenade LINNEA in fact, and Farina, the DPS difference is actually quite noticeable. But I wanted to give it a try anyway. Alright, next one is... well, it's gonna Natlan. I hear there's been a shooting over some Pokemon cards. Apparently, Seed has posted on the Discord. What is going on? There's like two things going on when I think of that. One sec. Man. Yeah, there's like two things going on when I think of this particular incident. The first thing is, of course, you know, oh my god, the violence. The second thing is the fact that the scalpers are like very much in full force, as it seems.
Full speed ahead. Pyroclastic surge.
This world shall perish, and its ashes will fall like rain!
Like the mountain's veins boil. Let's move. Light up the blazing sun.
Yeah, end him. So yeah, it's like, oh wow, the violence, but also the scalpers. Because the scalpers or rather the resellers, have actually lost the market in the form of sneakers. Apparently sneaker resales are down. They're not doing so well anymore. So because they're not doing so well, the sneaker resellers are moving on to a new target. Pokemon cards and various other collectible items. So that's curious. Like the way that the shoe manufacturers managed to break the sneaker resale market, quite simple really.
Hey,
They just up the supply.
wisdom. Humans converge.
With one heart, stay your hand. Branch into song. Absurd.
Oi.
It all adds up.
Ah.
The riddle remains unsolved.
Share my knowledge.
Do 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 do.
Receive my blessing. Can't hide the truth.
Everyone hold hands.
Okay.
Hey,
Let's do this.
Temple of Wisdom.
Alright.
Converge. Lush as the moon. No more love.
Oh, this is all getting rather dreary.
Seek within.
Da 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 da. Ooh.
By the frost moon of old. The sea
Hoi.
blessed. No more lies.
It is not time. Though keep in mind that like my Nefer team is now by a somewhat decent margin my strongest team in the game. That's to be expected though, because Nefer is a non-cry on-field DPS. I have like her dedicated support. I have arguably her other dedicated support, and then I also have her other dedicated support. Well, Colabina is more of a generalist support in this case, but yeah, I have like all the pieces for the Nefer team. At this point, the only thing I'm really missing is just Nefer's weapon, and what is it that I'm really missing? It's this, really. This is the thing that I'm really missing. Two attack rolls for no reason. This is good. This kind of sucks. This is perfect. This is perfect. And oh yeah, this could be better, I guess. But not really. I don't think I have a particularly better option right now. He says, whilst looking through and realizing, wait, there's some that I haven't actually leveled up at all. That could be nice. Specifically this one. We'll do some artifact farming first. What am I going to artifact farm? I think I will continue to artifact farm Serenade. I think that's the way. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think we'll continue farming Serenade. And maybe I'll end up with a better flower, I guess. So yeah, I was watching, I was binging a lot of One Piece, and I've gotten through Impel Down. Obviously, it did not escape me that Impel Down is literally Dante's Inferno.
Go claw.
It's no
hell, they're even using hell to describe the various levels, and it's like different kinds of hell. So obviously, it's very, very reminiscent of Dante's Inferno. The various levels of hell. I think in Dante, I mean, I'm not super familiar with Dante's, but my understanding is that it's 7 layers of hell. Impel Down is like 6. But there is like certainly some very inhumane ways that the world government were treating their prisoners. Which, you know, on the one hand it's like, wow, prisoners, who cares? But on the other hand it's like, wow, humane treatment. It's like a very bare basic what the hell am I supposed to do with this? It's like a very bare basic necessity that we expect from our supreme overlords. But of course, like, that was immediately following something like the Saudi archipelago with their like elite, like their sort of elite pedophile ring almost. Not really. There wasn't exactly like a Jeffrey Epstein style pedo ring, but it was like slave trade and elites participating in a slave trade. It's like, wow. It's like, okay, yeah, obviously. That particular reference is not lost on me. Definitely felt a lot of catharsis for bricking the faces of these quote-unquote celestial dragons. They just sound like having like having such power politically and then calling yourself a celestial dragon just makes you sound like a dick. It doesn't, like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. It just makes you sound wildly undeserving of such level of political power. And that's before we even, like, analyze who these quote-unquote celestial dragons are. They're just snobby bastards. Which is true of a lot of wealthy political elites. They're just snobby bastards. There's no two ways about it. So when they get smacked, they get what they deserve. Luffy in this case was basically doing a Luigi almost. Except I don't think he exactly killed any of them, because for the most part, I don't think.
Don't waste my time.
Does Luffy kill? I feel like he's never killed anyone per se. He's probably indirectly responsible for a lot of deaths by blowing up a bunch of ships and not rescuing people. Ergo, people are probably drowning as a direct result of his violence. But he's not like Robin, who makes a point. He's not like Robin, who makes a point. Well, hang on. We'll blow up ships. Oh, I'm talking about One Piece. Just thinking, does Luffy doesn't exactly kill, does he? He does do a lot of very dangerous attacks. Very, very high damaging attacks. Mostly, I don't know, let me think. When he's going up against Marines, yeah, he uses things like Gatling and fireworks, which is just a series of punches and kicks at the end of the day. I don't know if they're necessarily fatal. They're definitely going to leave people with a lot of, like, traumatic brain injury. But when he really kicks out when he kicks out second gear, it's usually against folks who can definitely take a hit. Like, Lucci, for example, when he first uses second gear? Oh no, he first uses second gear against one of Lucci's, like, underlings, but, like, against someone like Lucci, against someone like Blackbeard, against someone like, what Well, he doesn't use it against. He doesn't use second gear against Crocodile because he hadn't figured it out yet. But like a lot of the folks that he fights are like people who could definitely take a hit, and then evidently survive that hit and end up in jail. But Luffy doesn't really kill anyone directly. He probably indirectly kills people by blowing up their ships and letting them drown. So you know, what are we gonna do about that, right? But you compare him to someone like Robin, who definitely kills people with Crutch. I'm almost certain that is a fatal attack. And she does that en masse as well. I'm pretty sure nobody's walking from that. If nothing else, the guy with the mask in not Water 7. What's after Water 7? What's the island after Water? Where do they go on the train? Well, where do they go by chasing? No, they are on a train. Where do they go on a train to chase Robin after Robin is taken from Water 7? It's... Oh man, I can never remember these names. Let me have a look. What am I thinking of? What am I thinking of? What am I thinking of? NES Lobby, that's right. NES Lobby. There's the guy with the mask at NES Lobby who, after she's finally... Spoiler alert. After she's finally freed from her shackles, she uses the most crunchiest clutch of all time. And I feel like that is fatal. I feel like that's an actual fatality. So I'm pretty sure Robin outright kills people. Nami shoots lightning. In what universe is that not fatal? Zoro slices people, but I feel like Zoro somehow is also quite non-fatal for the most part, with some exceptions. Sanji kicks people, but he also has some very powerful kicks, so he might be giving people a lot of traumatic brain injury for the most part. Usopp shoots people with like pepper balls and stuff. I don't think he's that fatal. Chopper just beats people up. It is what it is. Frankie uses bullets. It's a miracle he hasn't actively, specifically killed anyone yet, I think. But he does fight a lot of people who can... He does use a lot of his powerful attacks against people who could definitely take a hit, so... That one I'm also not so sure about. Okay, let's go and cook 20 dishes. But yeah, all of this to say, I'm up to Impel Down, and they're really setting up the powers, the power structure, I think, for this arc, and I'm very, very keen to see how it turns out. And also how Luffy specifically will fit into all of this, because spoiler alert, he doesn't have his crew. And he's currently running around with a ragtag group of folks like Buggy, of all people. Who, I've already been spoiled this, but so it is what it is, but like, Buggy, who will later also become an Emperor of the Sea, is like, I'm thinking like, wait, hold on. You're telling me Buggy, who, for all intents and purposes, is more of a joke character at this in the earlier seasons. Yeah, he's a threat, but I've always thought of him as like a bit of a joke character, like a wow, who cares? Wow, he's just annoying. He's just a somewhat funny, well, not even somewhat funny. In the life, actually, he's kind of hilarious. He's just this like hilarious, annoying foil for Luffy, and that's about it. You're telling me this dude goes on to become Emperor of the Sea? One of the 4 Emperors of the Sea? Get out of here. Get out of here. There is no universe where Buggy the goddamn clown is like this notorious Omega powerful character. And then it turns out there's reasons why he is actually this notorious Omega powerful character. The Buggy lore and the Buggy friggin' like character development, especially from a lore perspective, especially from a historical perspective, is kind of insane. His glow up, as I'm watching it now, his glow up is like kind of ridiculous, not gonna lie. So yeah, definitely want to keep an eye on Buggy the goddamn clown. It'd be like saying Saggy the clown in Yu-Gi-Oh! Would end up being like the top meta one day. Saggy the clown? This annoying ass monster in Kaiba's deck that who doesn't really do anything outside of, I think, attack your life points directly, and that's about it. You're telling me Saggy the goddamn clown is gonna end up being like top meta in Yu-Gi-Oh! One day? That's what it would feel like to tell me that Buggy the goddamn clown is now like Emperor of the Sea. But I guess people change. And in this case, people change quite so for the better. Alrighty. Oh, okay, it's time to get my Durin upgrade. Wolffang. Time to R5 this thing. Kind of, sort of, just in time for whenever the Durin rerun is coming. I'm guessing there might be a Durin rerun with Nicole's release? Oh wait, no, hang on. Has that even remotely been... Have there been any leaks about what the next banners are gonna be? Like, there's obviously gonna be Lowen and Nicole. One of those banners, or both of those banners, is gonna involve having Prune. But who else is coming? Who else would it be, actually? I don't know. Well, let me just double check now. I have 4% crit rate is increased up to 4 times, so there's 16. 16. There's another 20 crit rate coming from this set. So we're already up to 36. So 100 minus 36 is 64, which means bare maximum, I should have 64 crit rate. I have 57.8. So 57.8 plus 36. So my Durin build is now effectively a 93% crit rate build. Okay. Okay. Works for me. I wonder what the weapon calcs and the weapon comparisons are. Durin weapon comparison. Yeah, I wonder what the weapon comparisons are for Durin. Wolffang R5 is right under Haranga Pakufutsu. It is the strongest 4-star weapon. It is ranked number... Hey? Oh, I see. It is ranked number 5, actually. 4 5-star weapons, 4x 5-star weapons are in front of it. His Sig, J Cutter, Mistsplitter, and Haran, apparently. But otherwise, Wolffang R5 is in fact the play.
Nervous. I just really want to make friends with everyone.
One day left to save Hypercani. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, aside from that, the only thing that is a little bit tricky about Wolffang on Durin is that you do need to actually let your ult do its hit. Which you can save just by doing that. You kind of do need to do this. You kind of do need to like swap back to Durin every so often, I think. But I'm not entirely sure. Nor do I have any real indicator of like whether or not Durin still got like 93% crit rate on his ult. But it's that kind of thing where like you do need to let his ult. His ult does 4 hits in quick succession. Yeah, his ult does like 4 hit. Sorry, his ult does 3 hits in quick succession. My bad. His ult does 3 hits in quick succession. So I think I'm. If you don't do EEQ and instead you do EQE or hell QEE with Durin, or QE click, whichever version of Durin you want to use, as long as you don't end with your ult, it's usually pretty easy to get at least 3 of the stacks, if not 4,
Each day is a new
of
page in my
the
story.
stacks for
I want to savor every
Wolfang,
scene,
I
every
think.
footnote before I turn to the next one.
But I don't have any real. There's no real indication of how many. Is there any real indication of how many stacks you have? I don't think so. You kind of just have to go with your gut and just. And the worst part is it's crit rate. It's a crit rate buff that you're getting. So unless you have 100% crit rate, there's really no way to tell if you still have all 4 stacks or not. Because the damage numbers don't go up. The damage numbers don't go up, so you're kind of just having to rely on your gut, and my gut instinct is that it's working. It's working as intended, so we'll just let it be. But yeah, I'll just do this for no reason.
Neutralize.
Yeah, I know for a fact I'm gonna get all 4 stacks of Wolfang now.
Time for takeoff. Yahoo!
Barbados, guide us.
Yeah, here we go.
Ow.
Okay! New life! Stay back!
Extract. Brace yourself. Think you can get away?
I swear by my sword.
Yahoo! Yeah.
Bloody cryo swell. Yeah, there really is like no indication at all of like how many stacks of Wolfang I have, but I'll just go with my gut and say I had all 4 stacks, but I had the 16% crit rate increase from Wolfang, so great. Besides, that stuff lasts for 10 seconds, right? Yeah, this lasts for 10 seconds. It's not individual stacks, so ostensibly if you refresh all of them. His ult lasts for 20 seconds. So I do kind of need to be a little bit more, I guess moving forward, I do need to be a little bit more sort of active in swapping to him from time to time, but oh man, trying to remember to swap to him. Especially if you accidentally lose all 4 stacks. It's gonna take bloody forever for all 4 stacks to come back. You're just gonna have to wait until you use his ult again. Then you can get all 4 stacks back. But yeah, without that, it's... Ugh. Yeah, can't exactly say that's a fun idea. It's not can't exactly say it's a fun time. Still, I'll be going from 57... I'll be going from 93% down to like 73% or something. So, it's not exactly the end of the world. 16% crit rate is just 16% crit rate at the end of the day. But obviously it will make his own damage just so much more reliable, which is what we want. But like, he's not a big nuke or anything, so crit rate is a funny thing to think about. Okay, let's continue and finish this thing. Alright, let's go to the flagship. So I think the last thing we did was talk to LINNEA's sister. And they revealed some things about their childhood. So we're gonna pick up from there. Yeah?
Oh, neither can Paimon. Linnea and Celino aren't the only ones with a big day tomorrow. You've got your semi-final match, too. We have no idea who your opponent could be, and Paimon's a little nervous. Since we're both struggling to sleep, do you want to head out for a stroll? We could go grab something yummy.
Wait, who else is left then?
Laura to check out the arena.
It's us.
Good chance for our little
It's
warrior
us, Linnea,
familiar with the lay of the land.
Celino. We beat Mulani. Celino beat Yahoda. So who else is left? A random NPC we've never heard of before? Who's gonna get cooked? By us? Yeah?
Listen up, Lumi. I've seen.
It's a random NPC that we've never heard of before?
And it isn't just strong, it's fast too. Her best
Oh,
way to
another
display
NPC.
all
Okay,
these
interesting.
traits will be to make her Radiant Blade Horn charge you. You'll have to find a way to dodge the attacks, then pick the right moment to counterattack.
That's right.
Sure am. What are you guys doing here? Lumi and I were just going over our strategy for tomorrow. Since you're here too, how about letting Aguara join Lumi in some friendly sparring?
Yahoo indeed. Is Timmy with his bird army? Timmy with his bird army would be terrifying though, not gonna lie.
Opening to strike.
Especially if they're Australian birds, especially if they're magpies.
Shot at victory.
Swooping magpies are no joke in Australia.
Powerful. Even if we do find an opening, I'm not sure Lumi's even strong enough to make it count. I need a better plan.
You'll figure this out.
Thanks. Just because I've seen a future where I fail, doesn't mean I'm willing to go down without a fight. Fate is such a mysterious idea. Despite having it explained to me and having seen it with my own eyes, I still find it hard to wrap my head around it.
I mean, this all goes back to something that I talked about in,
What does fate mean to you?
Whoa! Traveler voice line, sorry.
You're in a philosophical mood, huh? Well, I don't know if I'm the best person to ask. I've only just learned who I really am. I need some time to think. Besides, I'm an advisor, remember? It wouldn't be very professional for me to start spouting best guesses and speculation. What if I led you in the wrong direction?
Relax. I'm just curious to hear your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well... I think that knowing the
And bear in mind you're talking to someone who managed to beat the Prophecy of Fontaine, just saying.
Lousy situations.
Or at least was like tangentially there to beat the Prophecy of Fontaine.
When I was a kid, my greatest suffering came from not knowing. I didn't know how my parents would react when I told them the truth. I didn't know where to go when they left. Back then, I actually wanted to know the future. I dreamed of a day that fate would send me a sign. I just wanted some clear guidance on what I should do. Something to give me the courage to go on. But fate didn't show me anything. It was my own stubborn will that got me through. Turned out that the only person I could rely on was me.
Yeah, can't really rely on fate these days.
I've always known what it's like to be terrified of the unknown. And now I'm learning that knowing for sure isn't all it's cracked up to be either. What's the big deal? The world hasn't ended and I haven't changed. What do I have to fear?
That is an appropriate response.
Training session over! Feels like these two are really forming a close bond.
All right, I think we're as prepared as we can be. Time to get some shut-eye.
Again?
Tomorrow, we're gonna face our fate.
Shut eye again. I feel like we just went back to our bedroom. Alright. Wait, are we fighting Linnea now? Are we about to shut her ass down?
Is everybody ready? Prepare yourselves for the opening match of the semifinals! Our contestants are ready and raring to go. On the one side, we have the Traveler and her
Viliana.
Laura, and on the other
Whoa!
Liliana and her partner Gordon Yeason.
Oh, this chick has to be from Snezhnaya. There is no way this chick ain't from Snezhnaya. In fact, I'm going to go as far as to say Viliana is probably the Sarita's little sister. Nah, that's a wild thought. That's a wild thought, but like, damn. That's Snezhnayan dress. 100 like. But why is she so pale? It looks like she's got like clay for a mask.
You can do it, Aguara!
I don't know, but that is crazy that they're showing off what appears to be Snezhnayan dress already. Oh, we're not even playing it properly. We just beat her ass. We just beat her ass and move on.
We have a winner!
Based Aguara.
Everyone, please take a short break. The second semifinal will begin shortly.
Great job, Aguara! Hey, Traveler, Linnea and Zelina were up next. Come on, let's cheer!
Yeah, rematch. Nah, you just got cooked real hard. She just lost to Aguara's big W Riz. Okay, I hated myself saying that. I'm not gonna say that again. That was a big mistake.
We have Celino and her partner Hamus. Buckle up, folks. The semifinals are about to begin.
Okay, let's do this. Yahoo, indeed.
Do it, old boss! Go get him, Linnea!
Yeah, go get him, Linnea. Cutscene.
Charge, Hemus! Don't panic, Lumi. Remember your training? I'm right here. Ready? Now jump! Attack! Stop her!
That was a 1,000,000-ton hammer as well. You gotta splash him with water, Lumi!
This is the will of fate. It was over before it began.
That almost looked fatal.
Lumi! Lumi! Huh?
Oh? You wanna come with me? Let's go then. The wide world awaits.
Wasn't this in the Linnea teaser? Lumi, you good? Oh no, Lumi's activating vacuum! Oh, triple tap skill! Triple tap skill mode! 1,000,000-ton! Now that's the 1,000,000-ton hammer!
Victory will be ours.
Do that direct ludicrous less damage, baby! Oh no, Lumi's going crazy mode. Is C6 Lumi? Yeah, no, that's for real. That's C6 bloody Lumi, dude. Not like this. What the hell was that? What the hell, Linnea? I was promised incredible violence.
You were amazing! I didn't know you could grow that big!
You just gotta feed Lumi rocks, bro.
You know, you look a little different after absorbing all that geo. Wait a sec! Could that be it?
What?
Linnea! Are you guys alright? Traveler! Paimon, come quick!
What?
I figured out why Lumi is different from other Jack Frosts! After all the theories I've looked into, it turns out there was one possibility that never even occurred to me! What if Lumi wasn't born different at all? What if it's all a consequence of her diet?
It's a diet!
Surely ingesting large amounts of rare ore could explain the development of her geo-features. I mean, just look at fiships! Depending on their element, fiships can look wildly different.
Yeah.
But from a biological perspective, they're still considered the same species. Lumi,
Yeah.
you don't have to wait for evolution to catch up at all. You just have to find another Jack Frost who likes the same things as you do. Then you'll have a true companion! I'm so happy you unleashed your full power, Lumi! If you hadn't pushed yourself like that, I never would have had this eureka moment!
So there are other Jack Frosts that are gonna be geo-based? Is that what we're gonna find in Snezhnaya?
Linnea,
Is Linnea actually a Snezhnaya teaser?
what do you mean? If Lumi had landed that hit, you and Hemus would have been in serious danger.
No, you and Hemus would be dead. Cause I'm pretty sure that is actually C6 Linnea shenanigans. That's a billion-ton hammer, dude. You and Hemus would be very, very dead. I'm just saying, man. The C6 Linnea players don't mess around. I haven't seen the exact numbers, but I'm pretty sure we're talking about millions of damage, bro.
Even so, when that hammer started to fall, the future I once saw went blank before my eyes. Did fear cause me to see a false vision? Or did she truly cheat fate for a brief moment? What does it matter? In the end, the pull of fate exerted its force all the same. The prophecy came to pass as surely as the sun rises in the morning.
Well, it did happen a little bit differently.
I just think it's a shame. You gave your all in that battle, but it didn't change a thing. Whatever path you take, it always leads to the same place. Fate is so cruel.
Celino, do you remember the question that you asked me? I told you I'd give you my answer after the tournament.
I
Yeah.
remember. And I'd still like to know what you think.
You told me. There are many possible roads into the future, but they all lead to the same destination in the end. Well, I prefer to think of it the other way around. We might already know where we're headed, but we get to choose how we get there. Maybe fate will always lead us toward the same destination, but I never cared much about the outcome. I just want to walk my own path. So, even if I was destined to lose to you, there was no way I wasn't gonna give it everything I had. And even if my ship ends up at the bottom of the ocean, I'm not gonna let that stop me from sailing it to every corner of the world first. If all people care about are outcomes, then why doesn't everyone give up on happiness and love? After all, the certainty of death is the one thing that every person knows about their fate. But my feelings, my thoughts, everything I've seen, all that exists beyond the reach of fate, they belong to me, and no one else controls them. Lumi, sounds like you agree, right?
Linnea. Ignorance really is bliss.
Even when we're scared and uncertain, it's important to face the truth head on. You sure about that? Because if I hadn't come here, I'd be regretting it already.
How I envied your cheerful optimism when I first saw you. I thought your happiness was all thanks to your obliviousness to fate. Yet now you've witnessed your fate and experienced failure. And still you haven't let it drag you down. Perhaps I was wrong from the start. The difference between us was never about knowledge of our destinies, it's about having the courage to accept it.
Celino, you okay?
Well, at that point, you're just basically describing,
Actually, I was just thinking,
what's the word
I'm
looking
happy
for?
for you. I claimed the victory promised to me by fate, and you found your answer. A truth that transcends fate itself.
I've forgotten the word I'm looking
Sounds
for.
like I got the sweeter deal overall. But hey, mine and Lumi's journey isn't over yet. So enjoy your victory, Celino. But don't get complacent. Otherwise, my partner here might just take it back from you one day.
You mean tomorrow? We're gonna beat her ass tomorrow, right?
That little thing?
That plus our special bond. Let's go, partner. This time it's my turn to help you train. So, Aguara comes from Natland, right? If we're gonna train hard, we should do it there.
What?
Plenty of natural phlogiston around, which...
Wait, I'm sorry. Hold up.
Let's go!
Hold up. When is the finals? Is it a week from now or is it tomorrow? Because need I remind you? Natland is here, man. It's a boat trip away. What do you mean? Let's just quickly go to Natland and train. What? Chat, what does she mean by this? And then we need to discuss the international politics of Natland. Sorry. We need to discuss the international politics of Genshin Impact. The geopolitical, socio-economic ramifications of Genshin Impact. We need to talk about that. Because what exactly is the political allegiance, or what exactly are the political ramifications between between a sort of autonomous region known as Nordcry versus a tribal but otherwise sovereign nation known as Natland? And specifically, travel between these two countries. What is required in order to be able to travel between these two countries? We know that, like, we've seen characters from Natland show up, right? I'm pretty sure we've seen characters. Yeah, Molani was here. We've seen characters from Natland show up in Nordcry, but like customs and border security, is that a thing? You know, like visas. Is that, like, are visas required to travel between lands? At least when it comes to, like, Mondstadt and Liyue, one could argue that you can effectively sneak between Mondstadt and Liyue by land, and there's barely anyone patrolling the damn borders to begin with, so it kind of is what it is. I mean, there is a border... There is technically, like, a border right here, but you could also... You could also come in via Dragonspine. Right, you can come in via Dragonspire, but I'm pretty sure the official port of entry from Mondstadt to Liyue is the Stone Gate. Right? And then, like, you know, it's ditto, like, friggin' Inazuma is a completely isolated set of islands all the way down in the south. They are, like, so unbelievably far away from even Liyue right now that, like, in order to travel there, you would have to actually plan out your entire trip to Inazuma, because that's just how it is. Sumeru is like geo-locked. Sumeru is friggin' landlocked from Liyue for the most part. The only way to even get to Sumeru is unironically via the chasm. You either go through the chasm and out the other side, or you unironically have to go over this bit here, the Cinnabar Cliff, which doesn't have a road. So I'm wondering, like, Liyue to Sumeru, do people try and, like, figure out a way to fly there, or do you have to cross these big ass mountains? Like, well, what's the dealio here? Actually, now that I think about it, this doesn't make a whole lot of sense. At least Sumeru to Fontaine makes a a modicum of sense, in that you can go via Beta Harbor and you go past Petrichor and then you'll make it to Fontaine. LINNEA to Fontaine makes perfect sense because you just basically go to Yilong Wharf and then you go to Fontaine. Alternatively, you can go from the desert and then you go into Fontaine, which is how we did it. Because at the time, we didn't realize that Sumeru had this thing called Beta Harbor. But like, man, if you're in Sumeru and you're trying to get to Fontaine and you make it through the old way, that is like an unbelievably, like unfathomably dangerous way because you have to go through a whole lot of desert, dude. You gotta go through a whole lot of desert, including the desert of Hadramaveth. Like, are we joking? There's a whole ass friggin' like tornado right there. That's still ongoing, and that's still ongoing and active at Mount Damavad. Like, are we joking? Then you have to go through the gate of Zul'Karnain. Who the hell? You have to go through the gate of Zul'Karnain if you want to make it to Fontaine. Right? Yeah, you actually have to go through the gate of Zul'Karnain. No, you don't. You go through here. Hang on. How do you... Wait. How? You don't go through Gate of Zul'Karnain. No way. Gate of Zul'Karnain leads you to freaking Khaenri'ah. You go through like here. So you have to You have to go through the Vorokasha Oasis, but in order to get to the Vorokasha Oasis, you'd have to sort of navigate through one of these tunnels, I think. To get to the Vorokasha Oasis. And then you can make it through to Fontaine. Like, you have to go all the way through the Vorokasha goddamn Oasis, dude. Anyway, never mind. We're in Natlan now for some reason.
Hello, Natlan! I'm back! Give me a moment to set up the tent. I bought this one the last time I was here.
Also, why this part of Natlan? We're like in the direct opposite side of Natlan.
Oh, I'll lend you a hand.
Now then, Aggie, it's time for you to learn one of Lumi's signature finishers.
Okay. Trillion ton hammer?
Lumi, do the honors. Yahoo!
Is it trillion ton hammer?
Linnea, you seriously think Aguara can use a giant geo-hammer?
Well, it is Geo, it should be fine.
Aguara's fighting style isn't that dissimilar to Lumi's. They both use agility to set up their opponents while searching for opportunities to attack. But Aguara isn't strong enough to break through Hemus's defenses. He needs a weapon to level the playing field. Aguara will need to channel Geo-Essence from the ground and fashion it into a powerful rock hammer. Simple enough in principle, but it might take some time to master. Aguara...
Again, how long do we have until these finals? Oh, wait, he's going into Super Saiyan mode?
Don't worry. It's normal to fail on the first try. Just gotta keep trying. You'll get the hang of it. Lumi, it's up to you to show Aguara how it's done. You'll get the hang of it. Lumi, it's up to you to show Aguara how it's done.
Okay. Asakohan no jikan da yo.
Feels like I blinked and 2 whole days went by. I've heard it said that people can find their fates.
Wait, where's Lumi?
Stars. I guess that means that fate's been looking down on us this whole time, huh?
Yeah.
I could really do with some sleep. Good night, you guys.
Where's Lumi? As an ascender, my fate is my own. True. Hell, but we defy the fate given in the friggin' land of the... What is it? The Temple of Space quest as well. Rules of this world will surely exist for a good reason. Some same with must be with fate. Yeah. Oh, he's figuring it out! Wait, little Kate! Wait, little Kate's figured it out instantly. Because little Kate is based like that. Why are we asleep for this? Why are we asleep for little Kate's based
Translate really well.
amazingness?
Huh? Oh, look at all this grapefruit. Aguara, did you pick these for us?
You got it.
Wow. When did you learn to do that?
Mysterious Natland companion. Okay.
Are you saying you had help from another Saurian? Who could that be?
We know who. Surely we know who. Yeah, we do.
Alright. Now that Aguara's mastered Lumi's secret weapon, it's time to head back to Notcry. Looks like we should get back just in time for the finals.
We're not going to leave these alone. Thanks, little Kate. I'm sure the folks who have actually done their little guy quest would have really shed a tear for that one. To finally be able to see their little guy again.
The final is about to begin. Contestants, please take your positions. Spectators, we kindly ask you to wait outside the arena.
Oh, it's finally here! Aguara, today is your time to shine.
It's all up to you now, partner. You've done the hard yards in training. Now, go out there and believe in yourself! It's time to write your name in lights and show the world how hard we've worked! You've got this, Aguara!
Yeah, we've got this, dude.
Yahoo, yahoo!
It's hilarious that Little Kate actually figured it out instantly. I guess Little Kate also learned this trick, like, way back when.
It's time for the Spirit Envoy Championship Final! You'll be very familiar with our contestants by now. Celino and her partner, the Radiant Bladehorn Haynes, who seized their place in the final after a hard-won victory in the last round.
Well,
Then we have the
they were about to get destroyed.
This little Tapetlasaur might not look like the most ferocious beast, but this duo have fought courageously to reach the final stage. Who will be crowned champions today? In a few short moments, we will find out.
Back from training camp?
Something like that.
Then let's do this. Show me what you've got.
You've got this, Aguara! Don't be nervous.
Alright, here we go. Hermes' actions cannot be observed. What Stiletto has assessed the effect. The situation she will direct Hermes to form fates. Use prior combat experience to identify the true intent behind each move. Okay. Shoot. Okay, let's figure this out. Okay, I'm gonna take a wild stab and say counter. Okay, hand on hip means she's going to do a charge attack. Never mind. Okay. Damn, she's ulting already?
Impressive.
Hemus, summon Animo energy on your horn, and then charge!
Now, you see what you're up against.
Burrow into the ground.
Hiding underground, are we?
Keep charging, Hemus! Jolt him out of the hole!
Can he dig through? Yeah, he can.
Hemus, are you alright?
It's our turn to use our ultimate. Okay, let's see if thinking face means it's a feint. Thinking face is a feint. Okay. Heavy attack. Yeah, there we go. Oh, shoot. It's all feints. Okay, well at least thinking face is what do you call it? It's a bluff. Hands on hips, I don't think it's a bluff. Ah, shoot. What is going on? Okay, we gotta try that again. Wow, okay. Nothing's making sense. So hands on hips is also a bluff? Keep doing charge attacks. We should use defensive attack. Oh shit.
Hemus, summon Animo.
Now, you...
Yeah, locking horns is not the right approach.
Hiding
underground. Keep charging, Hemus! Jolt him out of the hole! Hemus, are you alright?
Okay. Thinking strike. Wait. Huh? Yeah, okay. Because hands on hips can also be a feint. Or at least hands on hips means quick attack. Or not. There's no I'm struggling to understand. I'm struggling to understand the premise here. Okay, got him. I should use that, but I think I think I'm understanding now. When can I use my ult? Wait, again?
Now, Hemus, trample him! March to victory and leave nothing standing!
So he's going to stomp the ground, huh? Attack the underbelly.
Predictable.
Crap. Go for the legs!
Hit her right in the belly! But it didn't seem to do anything.
It was the obvious move. Hemus was well prepared for an attack like that.
Getting him in the legs I didn't think would do anything. Oh. Maybe you should have given him more stamina, dude. At what point are we going to use... Finally! Why are we using our ultimate now? Would have used my ultimate like a few seconds earlier.
Come on! Time to put that training into practice!
Interesting.
Hemus, we showed them no
Dude, that little munchkin's got some style.
It's
Up there they are.
Hemus, full tilt! Aguara, charge!
Got him. Yeah, got him, dude.
Hemus has lost the strength to fight on. It's all over, folks. The champions are... the Traveler and her partner Aguara.
Yeah, after we lost the first time.
So, I lost. You did superbly, Hemus. Get some good rest. Seems I underestimated your little partner. I'm impressed.
What did I say? Told you my partner would help me settle the score.
Yeah, man, all thanks to Lumi's secret weapon.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now take a short break to give our finalists a moment to recover. But don't go too far, because we'll be back very soon for the award ceremony! Thank you to our contestants for your amazing performances! Now we'll be interviewing our 4 top finishers.
Ha ha ha!
First up,
Aguara has a little medal, that's cute.
the Traveler and Aguara. We can all see that Aguara is still a young slip of a Tapetlosaur, and yet the fiercest of enemies couldn't stand in his way. So tell us, what's the secret to Aguara's success?
Hard work and practice, surely. The secret is not the friends we made along the way. No shot.
I see. Well, it seems like an indomitable will helped Aguara achieve the impossible. I'm sure
Yeah,
we're
not gonna pull a friends along the way type dealio.
From Aguara in the future. Do you think
Maybe the real Genshin Impact is the friends we made along the way, chat.
Next, we have our runner-up, Celino. Let me start by asking, what's next for you and Hemus? Will the two of you keep adventuring together in the future?
No, Hemus doesn't belong with me. I'm hoping that soon I can set him free to roam the wild.
Damn, okay.
And of course, since he's so friendly towards humans, I do hope any adventurers who run into Hemus in the future won't mistreat him.
Sounds like Hemus is a real freedom lover. If we have
Where are we gonna find him then?
in the crowd, please keep your eyes peeled and make sure not to hurt our friendly Radiant Bladehorn. Moving on now, we have some more familiar faces from the semifinals. This first question is for Linnea. During your match against Celino, you jumped in to stop your own partner Lumi's rampage, costing you a certain victory. Do you have any regrets?
I'd be lying if I said I didn't regret it even a little bit. But who wouldn't? All we can do is live our best life and hope to look back with as few regrets as possible.
And also not cause catastrophic damage.
And overall, I had a really great time in this competition. I found my long-lost family, and we really care about one another.
Inspiring words from Linnea. Now it's time for our final interviewee. Please welcome...
Snezlograd. Okay, yeah.
Snezlograd. Anything you'd like to share with the crowd?
Well, I've been really loving Not Cry. There's so much to see and do. I'm planning to stick around for a while, so if you see me around, come and say hey.
Great. Enjoy your stay, Viliana. Well, folks, we've heard from all 4 of our semi-finalists.
We're gonna come across Viliana, like, right at the start of Snezdaya, aren't we?
Everyone who took part in the Spirit Envoy Championship.
Somehow.
Hope to see you next time.
And if you've done the Linnea story quest, then the traveler will be like, oh, it's you. If you haven't done it, be like, who are you?
Going. I'll make sure to tell Mom and Dad how you're doing. I know they'll be so happy for you. Without me around, your prophetic abilities will be slow to develop. But you should know that since you've been to the tundra and you've encountered others of your kind, it's only a matter of time before your abilities fully awaken.
I'm sure you already know how I'm going to respond, sis. I'm not afraid to know the future. All that scares me is the prospect of a life without you, Mom, and Dad.
I know. Well, write me whenever you want to see me. I'll be there in a heartbeat. And when you're ready, come visit us in the tundra. I'll give you the address.
Thanks, Lino. I can't wait to see you again.
Alright, done. Priorities first, afterward. Yeah? Okay, what could this be about? Don't know what this is. Okay, that's done. Now, do I actually try and level up Linnea all the way to level 90? I get 5 crit rate. Why not? I have the Mora for it. Let's do it. Alright, where are they? Finding these things can be a little bit annoying. Especially when they're not exactly in the circle, they're like just outside of the circle, so I'm like wondering like, am I blind and I'm just not seeing them? Like, what's going on? This dude's called Estrogen? Does he have a sister called Testosterone? Oh, there was 2. Nope, that wasn't a moth, that was a flower. Now I'm getting stun-locked by this weasel thief. Okay.
You keep them. I no longer need offerings.
Back to our original moth farming. How many do I lead? 3. Okay. Man, LINNEA is just too strong. Too strong. That mining ability is nuts. Are Hiya! You good? Alright, is that all I need? Alright then, let's do this.
Observe and know my heart.
You on this? Look, right?
Recorded.
Don't waste my
Each
time.
deed will be judged. Excision required.
Wow.
Concluded.
Might as well use them.
Observe and know my heart. Judgment.
Being done. It's no. Submit. Don't waste my time.
Recorded. Each deed will be judged. Test concluded.
Nice, sir. Alright, might as well use the newly fully upgraded Durin.
Neutralize.
Observe and know my heart. Turning judgment in faith.
Time for takeoff. Here we go.
Wind, hear me.
Yahoo!
Recorded.
A little
Each
ambiance.
deed will be judged. Watch out! Kane! New life!
Think you can get away? Brace yourself.
Test concluded.
Alright, need more energy for Durin. What am I up to with LINNEA? Maybe I won't level up to 80. I probably won't get up to level 90. That seems unnecessary. Oh, actually no, for the crit rate though. Might as well do it for the crit rate.
Reconstitute.
Observe and know my heart. Turning point in.
Go and fly. I swear by my sword.
Time for takeoff. Brace yourself.
Recorded. Each deed will be judged. Leave it to me. Judgment.
Yahoo!
Neutralize.
The story has only just begun.
Leave it to me.
Brace yourself.
Pressure.
Ah! Wasted Emily ult.
Concluded.
Oh, done. Is it over? We're done, right? Yeah, just gotta make these now. Um... Make a bunch of these. Make a bunch of these. Alright then, then we'll, I guess, level 90 LINNEA then, screw it. Why not? Oh wait, hang on. Never mind, just level 80 LINNEA because the increase in defense is like meaningless. But the bigger thing is actually crowning her skill. Crowning a skill is a good choice. Okay. And now I've just burnt about 2 mil. Yeah, I feel like unlocking the crit rate is enough because the defense upgrade, base defense upgrade going from 843 to 907. So let's just do some really funky math real quick. So it's 907 base defense divided by 843 base defense. So it's about a 7.5%, 7.6% increase in base defense, right? Looking at my build real quick, I've got defense percent here, and a bit of flat defense. I've got a bit of flat defense, but nothing special. I've got a defense percent, like defense percent, crit damage has defense percent, right? So let's just assume it's all defense percent. So really, in the grand scheme of things, I'm gonna go from 2264 defense right now to 2435. 2435 defense, which is like not a huge difference in the grand scheme of things. I don't think it's gonna be that big of a difference. If I swap back to my ooh, actually. Let's figure this out real quick. ER is needed, crit damage is needed, defense percent is needed, then we're definitely gonna need crit rate and EM, I think. Is that what I normally use? Okay, maybe not crit damage. Like that. Yeah, something like that. So... yeah, that's more or less what I... oh, this was a little bit different to what I used, but okay, sure, whatever. So when I have 2020 crit... when I have 2020 defense right now... 1.07576 times 2020. That goes up to this would actually go up to 2173. So yeah, nothing. That's nothing. That's a whole lot of who cares. Yeah, that's gonna be a whole lot of who cares, and base, like, your character level does affect your ludicrous less turret damage. But LINNEA's input is not going to be all of the ludicrous less turret damage. Ningguang and Columbina are going to be inputting a fair bit as well with their crit stats. So yeah, that doesn't really matter either. But yeah, the skill levels are going to be very good. I do appear to need to go more farming again. Might as well do that. I definitely overestimated how many of those things I'm going to need. So that's annoying. What if I crown her old? Just thinking. Oh no, I've done the math. It's minimal.
Give up. Don't waste my time.
Oh, am I out of resin already? I guess that was it. Okay, cool. I'm out of resin again. Okay, Spiral Abyss doesn't reset for 2 days, right? Spiral Abyss doesn't reset for 2 days, so I can't exactly, like, enjoy Linnea and Spiral Abyss right now. The Spiral Abyss sucks for her. Yeah, out of gas again. Shop-wise, I'm up to date. Not bothering with that, not bothering with that. Not doing that right now. Five. I have 5 free standard pulls. With no idea what my standard pity even is. Let's do the count. Okay, 1. 40-ish. So I'm not even close to like pity. Yeah, not gonna bother. Okay, I'll do that off stream. Friday I'm gonna have C2 Baiju. I guess I just go back to binging One Piece. Next stream, I don't even know what my next stream will be. It won't be Spiral Abyss. I don't really stream Spiral Abyss anymore. I really only stream like story quests and stuff like that, huh? And brand new days when characters show up. Aside from that,
Let me down,
yeah.
Kerplunkatron.
Let me down, Kerplunkatron. Let's see what my DPS is now.
Moonlit night for all. Go, Lumi! Ding dong, water bomb! Give up. Submit. It's nothing. Surge. Unions converge. Ha! Good luck! Give up. Flame. A moonlit night for all. Show 'em, Lumi! You on this! It's nothing. Submit! Don't waste my time. A new moon rises. Let's say hi! You on this! Your life is mine. New moons converge. Show 'em, Lumi! Ding dong! Give up. Flame, a moonlit night for all. Go, Lumi! Good luck! It's nothing. Your life is mine. Give up.
I have no idea if that's an upgrade. Let me have a look. Ah. Shoot. The screenshot I have involves Ilua, not Ino. Alright, whatever, I don't know. I'm sure it's an upgrade of some description. But I think with that, we're going to call it a night. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you did, don't forget to follow. What am I saying? Thanks for watching, everyone. And by everyone, I mean Seed. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you did, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. I mean, you're already Seed, so why am I even saying that? But yeah, until next time, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Don't waste my time. It's nothing.